Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we'll be exploring how to take input from user in C++. So let's get started. Let's first open our compiler and first of all let's write hash include iostream, then using namespace std, then int main and then curly brackets. Now inside curly brackets, we'll be learning how to take input from the user in C++. So first of all, we'll be building a mini project which calculates a square of a number. And in that project, we'll learn how to take input. So for that, first of all, I'll write cout and then I'll print the greeting message. Welcome to square of a number calculator. And then put a semicolon. Now, in order to take input from the user in C++, first of all, I need to create a variable which stores the user's input. So for that, I'll create a variable and let me name it as n. So n stands for number. So I'll create a variable n. And then I need to print a message asking for the user to enter their number. So first of all, I'll write cout, enter a number, and then put a semicolon. And then to collect the user input, instead of cout, I'll use cin. So cin is used to collect user input. And then I'll put two angular brackets, which is the closing angular brackets and not the opening one. And then I'll put the name of the variable, which is n, and then put a semicolon. Then there are two ways to show the output to the user. The first one is to directly print the square of number, or the second one is to create a second variable which stores the square of the number and then we'll print that variable. So we'll be exploring both methods. So the first method is to write cout and then I'll write square, and then I'll join it using again another angular brackets, and then I'll write n into n. So n into n means number multiplied by number, which is square. Now if I run, let me also give an endl over here so that it looks much more readable. You can see it asks me to enter a number, so I'll write, let's say 2, and it gives me the square of 2 is 4. Now this was the first method. Now let's try to print the square using the second method. So the second method is to create another variable. So I'll create a variable called square, and then I'll store n into n inside it. And then I'll put an end over here also to show whether both of the method works, and if so, how does it work. So let's cout. Again, I'll write square, then put separator and a space. Then I'll join it using angular brackets. Now instead of writing n into n, I'll directly write square. And then I put semicolon and I'll run my code. Now let me enter another number 3. As you can see, both of the methods give me the same result 9. That means both of the methods work in C++. So you can use either of the method. The first one is to directly print the square, and the second one is to store the square inside another variable and print the variable. Now let's create one more mini project which calculates, let's say, the area of a square. So in order to calculate the area of the square, I'll clear all this code and then I'll again write hash include iostream using namespace std, then int main, and then inside curly brackets, first of all I'll print a greeting message. Welcome to area of a square calculator, and then I'll give endl, and then I'll put a semicolon. Now here I'll create a variable called int n, which stores a number, and then I'll write enter a number, then a semicolon, then I'll see in n, that means I'm taking the input as n. And now this time I'm going to directly use the second method, which is by creating another variable and storing the area of a square inside the variable. So I'll create a new variable int, let's say area is equal to, now the formula of finding area of a square is side square. So side square would be n into n. And then let me put a semicolon. And here instead of number, let me just write enter side. And then instead of s, I'll just put it as s. And instead of n, I'm putting it as s. Just to make it clear that we are taking side. Here also I'll put it as s instead of n. And then here I'll print cout area and then area, the variable. Now if I run, it asks me to enter the side. So let me enter the side as 10. As you can see, it prints the area as 100. Now that means our area of a square calculator is working. Now this is the end of this video. But before ending this video, I'd like to give you a homework challenge question, which is to create a program in C++ which calculates the area of a rectangle, which takes the input from the user also. So you need to basically create an area of a rectangle calculator which takes input from the user. And then once you complete the challenge question, don't forget to paste the code in the comment section below, and I'll be reviewing those comments. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like it. Thanks for watching.